Every morning you have two choices: continue to sleep with your dreams or wake up and chase them. Think about that for a moment. Every single morning you make a decision that sets the tone for your entire day. Do you hit snooze, roll over and let time slip away? Or do you rise with purpose, ready to take control of your life? Most people struggle to wake up early because they don't see what's at stake. They tell themselves, 5 more minutes won't hurt. But those 5 minutes turn into 10, then 20. And before they know it, they're rushing through the morning, already feeling behind. That's not just a habit, it's a mindset. A mindset that keeps them stuck. Now I know waking up early isn't easy. The warmth of your bed, the pull of sleep, the comfort of staying under the covers, it's tempting. But here's the truth. The people who succeed in life don't let comfort dictate their actions. They wake up early not because it's easy, but because it gives them an advantage. Early mornings hold a special kind of power, a time for clarity, focus, and self-mastery. A time when the world is quiet and you can get ahead while everyone else is still asleep. Today, I'm going to show you why waking up early can change your life, how to make it easier, and how to turn your mornings into a powerful tool for success. Stay with me for the next few minutes as I guide you through the mindset, habits, and strategies that will help you wake up early, start your day right, and take charge of your future. Let's dive in. Number 1, the magic of early mornings. There's something almost mystical about the early morning. The world is still asleep, the streets are quiet, and there's a calmness in the air that you can't find at any other time of the day. In those early hours before the chaos begins, you have something rare time just for yourself. No distractions, no interruptions, just pure, uninterrupted time to think, plan, and set the tone for the day ahead. Most people don't realize that mornings hold a hidden advantage. They see waking up early as a chore, something they have to do, rather than something they get to do. But look at it from a different perspective. The early morning is the one time in the day where you are in complete control. No emails flooding in, no phone calls demanding your attention, no responsibility is pulling you in different directions. It's a golden opportunity to start ahead while the rest of the world is still sleeping. Think about how most people start their mornings. They wake up late, grab their phone first thing, scroll through notifications, then rush to get ready. They feel overwhelmed before the day has even begun. Compare that to someone who wakes up early, stretches, hydrates, plans their goals, maybe reads a book or exercises before the sun even rises. Who do you think is setting themselves up for success? The answer is obvious. Waking up early doesn't just give you extra hours in the day, it gives you control. It allows you to be proactive instead of reactive. Instead of waking up and immediately feeling behind, you wake up and move with purpose. You get to decide how your day unfolds rather than letting circumstances or distractions decide for you. That's the difference between those who make progress and those who stay stuck in the same cycle. And then there's the mental clarity that comes with the early morning. When you wake up early, your mind is fresh, undisturbed by the noise of the world. It's the perfect time for deep thinking, for coming up with ideas, for setting intentions that will shape the rest of your day. Many of the world's most successful people swear by early mornings, not just because they have more time to work, but because they know that the first few hours of the day are when the mind is at its sharpest. Whether it's writing, problem solving, or creative thinking, early morning is the best time to do it. Of course, waking up early alone isn't enough. You have to use that time wisely. But when you do, the results are undeniable. Your days feel longer, more productive, and more intentional. You're not just going through the motions, you're living with purpose. If you've never experienced the magic of early mornings, you're missing out on one of life's greatest advantages. Try it for just a week. Wake up before the world, step outside, breathe in the fresh air, and take a moment to appreciate the silence. You'll feel it, the shift, the clarity, the control. And once you do, you'll never want to go back. Number 2, how to use your mornings effectively. Waking up early is a great start, but what you do with those extra hours is what truly matters. It's not just about being awake, it is about being intentional. Many people wake up early only to waste that precious time, scrolling through social media, lying in bed, or doing things that don't add value to their lives. That's not the goal. The goal is to use your mornings to fuel your body, sharpen your mind, and set the stage for a productive and fulfilling day. The most successful people in the world don't wake up early just for the sake of it. They have a plan. They wake up with purpose, following routines that make them stronger, sharper, and more prepared for the challenges ahead. They understand that the first few hours of the day dictate the rest of it. If you start your day with clarity and intention, the momentum carries you forward. But if you started in chaos, the rest of the day follows suit. So how do you use your mornings effectively? It starts with structuring them wisely. Think of your morning as a three-part system. First, wake up your body. Second, feed your mind. Third, plan your day. If you can master these three areas, you'll maximize your potential every morning. The first step is waking up your body. Your body is like a machine, and if you don't get it moving, it stays sluggish. The best way to start your day is with movement. Whether it's stretching, yoga, a workout, or even just a brisk walk. Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest athletes of all time, followed a strict morning routine that included running before sunrise. He believed that training before the world woke up gave him an edge over his competitors. It's about starting strong, waking up your muscles and energizing your system before the day even begins. Even if you're not an athlete, you need movement. Exercise in the morning doesn't just wake up your body, it also wakes up your brain, improving focus, memory, and mental clarity. The second step is feeding your mind. What you consume in the morning influences your mindset for the rest of the day. If you start by watching negative news or mindlessly scrolling through social media, you're filling your mind with distractions and stress before the day has even started. Instead, choose to fuel your mind with something that uplifts you. Take Warren Buffett, for example, one of the richest and most successful investors in history. Buffett spends hours reading every morning before he does anything else. He believes that learning is one of the greatest investments you can make in yourself. You don't need to read for hours, but imagine how much smarter and more prepared you'd be if you dedicated even 15 minutes every morning to reading something insightful, whether it's a book, an article, or an audiobook. If reading isn't your thing, journaling is another powerful way to feed your mind. Writing down your thoughts, your ideas, or even just your goals for the day brings clarity and focus. Thomas Edison, the famous inventor, kept detailed journals filled with his thoughts, ideas, and plans. His habit of writing down his ideas every morning helped him stay creative and organized. When you put your thoughts on paper, they become real. They become something you can act on. The third and final step is planning your day with intention. Instead of jumping straight into work without direction, take a few minutes to decide what's truly important. What are your top priorities today? What must get done no matter what? Take Oprah Winfrey, one of the most influential media moguls in the world. Before she starts her day, she takes time to reflect and set her intentions. She visualizes what she wants to achieve and aligns her actions accordingly. She doesn't just let the day happen, she takes charge of it. Having a plan in the morning helps you avoid distractions and stay focused. It's easy to get caught up in emails, random tasks, or other people's demands. But when you set your priorities in the morning, you ensure that you're working on the things that actually move you forward. This three-part system, moving your body, feeding your mind, and planning your day, is the key to an effective morning. It doesn't have to take hours. Even if you dedicate just 30-60 minutes to these steps, you'll notice a difference. The important thing is to be consistent. You won't feel the impact in just one day, but over weeks and months, these small morning habits will compound into something powerful. You'll become more focused, more productive, and more in control of your life. So tomorrow morning when you wake up, don't just let the time pass by. Move your body, feed your mind, set your plan, use your mornings wisely, and they will reward you with success. Number 3, the mindset of an early riser. Waking up early is not just a habit, it's a statement that says, I am in control of my time, I am in control of my life. It's easy to hit the snooze button to tell yourself that you'll get up tomorrow, to wait for the perfect moment to start. But here's the truth, there is no perfect moment. The only moment you have is now. And if you want to achieve something great, you need to train your mind to take action, not make excuses. The difference between those who rise early and those who don't isn't just the number of hours they sleep, it's their mindset. Early risers don't see waking up as an inconvenience. They don't see it as a burden. They see it as an opportunity. They understand that getting up early is not about losing sleep, it's about gaining time. It's about taking control before the rest of the world dictates their day. Look at some of history's greatest leaders, thinkers, and creators. None of them waited for the perfect conditions. They built discipline and mastered their mornings because they knew the importance of structure and self-mastery. Take Apple. Co-founder Steve Jobs, for example, his mornings were sacred. He would wake up, look in the mirror, and ask himself, if today were the last day of my life, would I be happy with what I'm about to do? That one question helped him make decisions with clarity, cutting out distractions and focusing only on what truly mattered. That's what waking up early is about. It's about taking control of your thoughts, your energy, and your actions. It's about making a conscious choice to live with purpose, instead of just going through the motions. But here's the challenge. Your mind will fight you. It will tell you that it's too cold outside of the blankets, that 5 more minutes won't make a difference, that you can always start next week. This is where most people fail. They listen to their feelings instead of their discipline. They wait to feel motivated instead of making a decision to be disciplined. The truth is, motivation is unreliable. Discipline is what changes lives. Look at someone like Jocko Willink, a former Navy SEAL commander and leadership expert. He's known for his strict discipline. In 4:30 IMing wake-up time. Why? Because he believes that discipline is what separates winners from everyone else. He doesn't wake up early because it's fun. He wakes up early because it gives him an edge. He knows that by the time most people are still in bed, he's already ahead. He's already trained, already planned his day, already set himself up for success. That's the power of an early riser's mindset. But let's be real, this level of discipline doesn't happen overnight. It starts with small wins. The moment your alarm rings, your mind will give you 2 choices: hit, snooze, or rise up in that split second. You are either training yourself to be stronger or training yourself to stay the same. And every time you choose to get up, you reinforce the mindset of an early riser. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets, and the strongest discipline starts in the morning. That's why the military athletes and high achievers all emphasize structured mornings. They know that the way you start your day sets the standard for how you live your life. But being an early riser isn't just about work. It's about having time for yourself before the rest of the world makes demands of you. It's about carving out a space in the morning to reflect, to focus, to build yourself up. Take Maya Angelou, one of the greatest poets and authors of all time. She had a strict morning routine. She would wake up, head to a quiet place, and write in solitude for hours before the world could interfere. That quiet time in the morning wasn't just a habit, it was a foundation for her creativity and success. So what about you? What kind of life do you want to build? Do you want to stay stuck in the same routine, hitting snooze and rushing through your days? Or do you want to take control, wake up early, and start leading your life with intention? Here's the good news. You don't need to be a morning person to become an early riser. No one is born that way. It's a habit that is built, trained, and strengthened. It starts with a single decision. Tomorrow morning when the alarm rings, choose discipline over comfort. At first it will be difficult. Your mind will resist it. Your body will want to stay in bed. But if you push through the resistance, if you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your excuses, you will start to rewire your mindset. You will start to see mornings not as something to dread, but as something to own. And the moment you do that, everything changes. You stop living on autopilot and start leading your life with intention. You stop waiting for the perfect conditions and start creating your own opportunities. You become the kind of person who doesn't just dream. You wake up early and make it happen. So ask yourself, who do I want to be? Someone who sleeps through their potential, or someone who rises early and takes control? The choice is yours. Train your mind to be strong, and soon enough, waking up early won't be a struggle. It will be a privilege. Number 4, the power of solitude in the morning. In a world filled with noise, distractions, and constant demands, finding a moment of peace is rare. We wake up to notifications, emails, and messages that pull us in different directions before we've even had a chance to think. But there is a window of time where silence still exists. A time before the world wakes up, before the chaos begins. That time is the early morning, and in it lies one of the greatest advantages you can have: solitude. Solitude in the morning isn't just about being alone. It's about creating space for yourself, space to think, to breathe, to reflect. When you wake up early, while the rest of the world is still asleep, you enter a different kind of reality. A world where everything feels clearer, where your thoughts aren't clouded by the noise of the day, where you can focus on what truly matters. Many of history's greatest thinkers, creators, and leaders embraced early morning solitude as their secret weapon. Albert Einstein, for example, was known for his love of solitude. He often took long, quiet walks in the morning, allowing his mind to wander and explore new ideas. He once said, "The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulate the creative mind." His ability to think deeply, free from distractions, led to some of the greatest scientific breakthroughs in history. It's no surprise that some of the most brilliant minds in history understood the value of silence. Solitude allows you to step away from the opinions and pressures of others and truly listen to yourself. What do you want? What are your priorities? What kind of life are you building? These are questions that can only be answered in stillness. In our modern world, solitude is often misunderstood. People associate being alone with loneliness, but they're not the same. Loneliness is a feeling of emptiness. Solitude is a choice, a tool for growth, a way to reconnect with yourself. Take Leonardo da Vinci, one of the most creative geniuses the world has ever seen. He understood that solitude was necessary for deep thinking and discovery. He once said, "If you are alone, you belong entirely to yourself. If you are accompanied by even one companion, you belong only half to yourself in the early morning hours. You belong entirely to yourself. There are no distractions, no interruptions, just time to think, to learn, to create." But solitude in the morning isn't just for artists, scientists, or writers. It's for anyone who wants to take control of their life. Imagine waking up early before the demands of work, family, and responsibilities take over, and having time just for yourself. No rushing, no stress, just time to sit with your thoughts, to plan your day, to reflect on your goals. That kind of morning changes everything. Consider Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He was famous for his Mamba mentality, a mindset built on discipline, focus, and relentless improvement. His mornings were sacred. Before anyone else was awake, he was already in the gym, training in silence, perfecting his craft. He understood that the early morning wasn't just a time to work. It was a time to be fully present, to be alone with his thoughts, to visualize his success. That solitude gave him the edge over everyone else. Now, you don't have to be a world-class athlete to benefit from early morning solitude. Even just 10-15 minutes of quiet time can make a huge difference in how you feel, think, and act throughout the day. In those moments, you can meditate, journal, or simply sit with your thoughts. You can focus on your breathing, listen to your inner voice, and remind yourself of what truly matters. But here's the catch. Most people avoid solitude. They fear being alone with their thoughts. They distract themselves with social media, entertainment, or endless tasks because they don't want to sit in silence. But silence is where growth happens. It's where you confront your fears, eye your doubts and your dreams. It's where you gain clarity and direction. Even the greatest leaders in history understood this. Mahatma Gandhi, a man who led a movement that changed the world, dedicated time every morning to solitude. He would wake up early, sit in silence, and reflect before facing the challenges of the day. He believed that if he didn't take time to center himself, he wouldn't be able to lead effectively. The same principle applies to you. If you don't take time for yourself in the morning, the rest of the world will take your time for you. Your day will be filled with distractions, obligations, and interruptions, leaving you exhausted and unfocused. But if you start your day with solitude, you take control. You enter the day with a clear mind, a focused heart, and a strong sense of direction. So how can you practice solitude in the morning? Start with something simple. Wake up 15 minutes earlier than usual. Just 15 minutes of silence can transform your mindset. Resist the urge to check your phone instead. Take a deep breath and just be present. Journal your thoughts. Write down what's on your mind, your goals, your feelings. Go for a quiet walk. Let your thoughts flow without distraction. Meditate or sit in silence. Focus on your breathing and let your mind settle. You don't need an hour. You don't need a complicated routine. You just need to give yourself the gift of time. Time to think, to breathe, to reconnect with yourself in the end. Solitude in the morning is not about isolation. It's about empowerment. It's about building a foundation of clarity and peace before the world tries to shake you. It's about stepping into your day not as a person reacting to life, but as a person leading it. So tomorrow morning, before the noise begins, take a moment for yourself. Sit in silence, listen to your thoughts, feel the stillness. And in that quiet moment, remind yourself this is where strength is built. This is where clarity is found. This is where success begins. Number 5, successful people and their morning rituals. Success doesn't happen by accident. It's not luck, and it's not just talent. It's the result of daily habits repeated over time with discipline and purpose. Then if you look at the most successful people in the world, you'll notice one common pattern. They all have a structured morning routine. Morning rituals are not about waking up and rushing into the day. They're about setting the tone, building momentum, and taking control before the world demands your attention. A strong morning routine doesn't just help you feel productive, it trains your mind and body for success. Consider Benjamin Franklin, one of the most brilliant minds in history. His morning routine was simple, yet powerful. The first thing he did each day was ask himself a question: what good shall I do this day? By setting an intention first thing in the morning, he ensured that his day had meaning and direction. He then spent time reading, planning, and exercising, knowing that these activities prepared him to perform at his best. His success wasn't just a result of intelligence, it was a result of daily discipline. But Franklin wasn't alone in this practice. Many of the world's top performers, from CEOs to athletes, follow structured morning rituals that allow them to operate at their highest level. Let's break down the key morning habits that have helped some of the most successful people in history reach extraordinary heights. One of the most common rituals among high achievers is waking up with purpose. Instead of hitting snooze multiple times, they get up the moment the alarm rings. This small decision sets the tone for the rest of the day. If you start your day by giving into the temptation of just 5 more minutes, you're training yourself to delay action in other areas of life. But if you wake up immediately, you train your mind to take control. Take Howard Schultz, the former CEO of Starbucks. He wakes up at 4:30 a.m. every morning and follows a strict routine. He exercises, spends time reflecting, and then drinks his first cup of coffee while reviewing his goals for the day. This structure gives him clarity and focus before he steps into the fast-paced world of business. The next critical habit is physical movement. Successful people understand that energy is everything. If your body is sluggish, your mind will be too. That's why some of the world's greatest minds prioritize exercise first thing in the morning. For example, Barack Obama, during his presidency, made it a point to work out every morning. He understood that if he didn't take care of his body, he wouldn't have the energy or mental sharpness needed for the challenges ahead. Whether it's a full workout or just 10 minutes of stretching, moving your body in the morning helps wake up your system, improve focus, and build discipline. Another powerful ritual is feeding the mind. What you put into your brain in the morning sets the tone for how you think and operate for the rest of the day. Successful people don't start their day by scrolling through social media or diving into emails. They start by learning something that expands their thinking. Consider Bill Gates, co-founder of Microsoft. Every morning, he dedicates time to reading and absorbing knowledge from books, articles, and newspapers. He believes that learning is a lifelong process, and by starting his day with new ideas, he stays ahead of the curve. If one of the world's most successful billionaires can find time to read in the morning, so can you. But success isn't just about productivity. It's also about mental clarity and emotional balance. That's why many high achievers start their day with meditation, prayer, or journaling. One of the greatest examples is Mahatma Gandhi. Despite leading one of the most significant movements in history, he never let the stress of the world dictate his state of mind. Every morning he practiced silence and reflection. He believed that if he didn't take time to center himself first, he wouldn't be able to lead others effectively. Another key practice is visualization and goal setting. Many successful people take time each morning to picture their success, reaffirm their goals, and mentally prepare for the challenges ahead. Take Arnold Schwarzenegger, for example. Long before he became a world champion bodybuilder, a Hollywood star, and the governor of California, he used the power of visualization. Every morning, he would picture himself achieving his goals, whether it was winning a bodybuilding competition or starring in blockbuster films. By seeing his success in his mind first, he trained himself to take action toward making it a reality. But here's the thing, your morning routine doesn't have to look exactly like these examples. The goal is not to copy someone else's habits, but to find what works best for you. The key is to design a morning routine that energizes you, sharpens your mind, and sets you up for success. A great morning routine follows a simple formula. Wake up with purpose. No snooze button. Get up as soon as the alarm rings. Move your body. Even a short stretch or a walk can help energize you. Feed your mind. Read, listen to a podcast, or reflect on your goals. Practice mindfulness, meditate, pray, or journal to gain clarity. Plan your day. Set your top priorities before distractions take over. You don't need to do everything at once. Start small. Choose 1 or 2 habits and commit to them. Over time, your routine will evolve, and you'll start to see the benefits unfold. Success doesn't happen in a single moment. It's built in the small, consistent actions you take every morning. When you create a morning routine that aligns with your goals, you take control of your time, your energy, and ultimately your life. So tomorrow morning, instead of rushing into the day without direction, take a step back. Start your morning with purpose. Build a routine that fuels your mind and body, and watch how your life begins to transform, one morning at a time. Number 6, overcoming the challenges of waking up early. Waking up early sounds great in theory, but when the alarm goes off before the sun rises, that's when the real battle begins. Your bed feels warm, your body feels heavy, and your mind whispers just 5 more minutes before you know it. Those 5 minutes turn into half an hour, and suddenly your entire morning routine is thrown off. This is the challenge that stops most people from becoming early risers. The struggle between comfort and commitment. The truth is, waking up early is not just about setting an alarm. It's about changing your habits, your mindset, and your approach to sleep. Many people believe they are just not morning people, but that's not true. No one is naturally programmed to wake up at a certain time. It's all about conditioning. If you've spent years waking up late, your body is used to that. But just like any habit, it can be rewired. The first and most common excuse is, "I'm not a morning person." This statement is one of the biggest lies people tell themselves. The reality is that no one is born a morning person. It's a behavior, not a biological trait. Look at Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He wakes up at 4:00 a.m. every day to train before the world even gets started. Do you think he wants to wake up that early? No. He does it because he's trained himself to push past discomfort in pursuit of success. Another major obstacle people face is staying up too late. Many people want to wake up early, but they also stay up watching TV, scrolling through social media, or procrastinating on sleep. You can't have it both ways. If you want to wake up early, you have to prioritize sleep. A great example of this is Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, who wakes up at 3:45 a.m. The key to his success isn't just waking up early, it's going to bed early. He understands that sleep is a tool, not an inconvenience. Many people sacrifice sleep for productivity, but the truth is, lack of sleep makes you less productive. If you're serious about waking up early, the first step is to fix your nighttime routine. Start by setting a bedtime that allows you to get at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Many people fail at waking up early because they don't respect their sleep schedule. Instead of staying up late watching Netflix or scrolling through your phone, start winding down an hour before bed. Dim the lights, avoid screens, and read a book or journal. Instead, your body needs signals to prepare for sleep. And the more consistent you are, the easier it becomes. Then there's the issue of waking up feeling groggy. Many people try to wake up early but feel exhausted the moment they open their eyes, so they convince themselves that they need more sleep. But feeling groggy when you wake up is normal. It's called sleep inertia. Even the best early risers feel sluggish in the first few minutes after waking up. The difference is they don't let that feeling stop them. A simple trick to overcome this is to get moving immediately the moment your alarm rings. Sit up, put your feet on the floor, and take a deep breath. Then do something that forces you to be physically active, whether it's stretching, drinking a glass of water, or taking a cold shower. This immediately tells your brain that the day has started. Another effective trick is placing your alarm across the room. If your alarm is right next to your bed, you'll be tempted to hit snooze. But if you have to physically get up to turn it off, you're already out of bed, which makes it easier to stay up. Small adjustments like this can make a huge difference. One of the most overlooked obstacles to waking up early is having no reason to get up. If you don't have something exciting or important planned in the morning, your brain will struggle to see the point of waking up early. That's why it's crucial to give yourself a reason. Look at Richard Branson, founder of Virgin Group. He wakes up at 5 a.m. every day, but he doesn't just jump into work. He starts his morning with activities he enjoys. He exercises, spends time with family, and does things that make him feel alive. This creates motivation to wake up early. If you struggle with finding a reason to wake up, try this. Schedule something enjoyable first thing in the morning, whether it's reading, journaling, working on a personal project, or simply enjoying a quiet moment with coffee. Make your morning something you want to wake up for, not just something you have to do. Another challenge people face is giving up too soon. Many try waking up early for a few days, struggle and then quit. But waking up early is a habit that takes time to develop. You can't expect to transform overnight. Instead of making a dramatic shift, start small. If you currently wake up at 8 o'clock a.m., don't suddenly force yourself to wake up at 5 o'clock a.m. Instead, wake up 15-30 minutes earlier each week. This gradual change makes the transition easier and more sustainable. And finally, hold yourself accountable if you struggle with self-discipline. Find an accountability system. Tell a friend or family member about your goal. Set up a morning check-in where you send a message as proof that you're awake. Use habit tracking apps to keep yourself motivated. The more accountability you have, the more likely you are to stick with it. Waking up early isn't just about time. It's about discipline, self-mastery, and commitment. It's about proving to yourself that you can control your actions instead of letting your actions control you. The battle against the alarm clock is won the night before, with the decisions you make about your sleep, your mindset, and your habits. So what's stopping you? Are you really not a morning person, or have you just never trained yourself to be one? Are you struggling because of external circumstances, or are you holding on to excuses that keep you in your comfort zone? The good news is you can change. You can become the kind of person who wakes up early, takes control of their time, and starts each day with intention. But it begins with a choice. The choice to stop making excuses and start making changes tomorrow morning when your alarm rings. Don't hit snooze. Don't let your comfort win. Get up, take control, and prove to yourself that you are stronger than your excuse. Because once you master your mornings, you master your life. Number 7, the ripple effect of a strong start. The way you start your day has a direct impact on how the rest of it unfolds. A strong morning creates momentum, and momentum fuels success. On the other hand, a slow, chaotic, or unintentional morning sets the stage for distractions, stress, and inefficiency. This is what we call the ripple effect, where one good habit in the morning leads to another, and before you know it, you're living with purpose, focus, and energy. Imagine two people waking up at the same time. One rolls out of bed, grabs their phone, scrolls mindlessly for 20 minutes, then rushes through, getting ready already, feeling behind the other, wakes up with intention, stretches, drinks a glass of water, and spends the first few minutes setting their mindset for the day. It's obvious. One person is reacting to the day while the other is taking control of it. The ripple effect works in both directions. A strong start can lead to a day filled with focus, accomplishment, and progress. But a weak start can lead to procrastination, frustration, and wasted time. The small decisions you make in the morning, whether to get out of bed immediately, whether to exercise, or whether to set goals, shape the rest of your day and ultimately your life. Take Margaret Thatcher, the former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. She was known for waking up at 5 o'clock a.m. every day. Long before meetings or political discussions began, she used the early hours to prepare, read, and think deeply before stepping into high-pressure situations. That extra time gave her clarity and confidence, and the effects rippled into every decision she made throughout the day. This is why successful people don't just focus on waking up early. They focus on what they do with their mornings. They understand that a productive morning sets a powerful tone, which carries into their work, their interactions, and their ability to make decisions with confidence. Consider the simple habit of making your bed in the morning. It sounds trivial, but this small act can create a chain reaction of productivity. Admiral William H. McRaven, a former U.S. Navy SEAL, spoke about this in his famous speech. If you want to change the world, start by making your bed. He explained that making your bed gives you an immediate sense of accomplishment, a small win that encourages you to complete the next task and the next. It's not about the bed, it's about building discipline and momentum. The same principle applies to exercise. If you start your morning with movement, whether it's stretching, running, or hitting the gym, you set yourself up for higher energy levels, sharper focus, and greater resilience to stress throughout the day. Haruki Murakami, one of the most celebrated novelists, follows a strict morning routine that includes running. He believes that physical movement clears the mind and enhances creativity, allowing him to write with more clarity and flow. Even your mindset in the morning affects the rest of your day. If you begin with negativity, checking social media, absorbing bad news, or complaining about the day ahead, you're setting yourself up for frustration. But if you start your day by practicing gratitude, visualizing success, or reading something uplifting, you prime your brain for positivity. Take Maya Angelou, the legendary poet and author. She had a ritual of waking up early and spending time in solitude, reflecting on her thoughts before putting pen to paper. This quiet, intentional start allowed her to tap into deep emotions and create work that resonated with millions. When you start strong, you're not just benefiting yourself, you're also affecting the people around you. The energy you bring into your work relationships and conversations is contagious. A positive, intentional morning means you show up as a better leader, a better friend, a better parent, a better version of yourself. If you begin your day with stress, that stress spreads. If you start your day with focus and purpose, that mindset influences everything you do. Think about it. Have you ever had a morning where everything went wrong? Maybe you overslept, rushed out the door, spilled coffee on yourself, and felt frustrated the rest of the day seemed to follow that same negative pattern? That's the ripple effect in action. But imagine the opposite. You wake up, take a deep breath, and start your day with a moment of gratitude. You move your body, energizing yourself for the day ahead. You take 5 minutes to set your goals so you know exactly what to focus on now. Instead of feeling rushed and stressed, you feel confident and in control. That confidence carries into your meetings, your conversations, and the way you tackle challenges. This is why consistency matters. A strong morning doesn't just benefit one day. It compounds over weeks, months, and years. When you stack positive habits each morning, you build a foundation for a successful life. Look at Winston Churchill, the British Prime Minister during World War II. His mornings were structured, deliberate, and focused. He would wake up early, review strategy, and prepare for the intense discussions ahead. His ability to stay composed and make critical decisions wasn't accidental. It was the result of starting his day with clarity and control. You don't need to be a world leader to benefit from a strong start. Whether you're a student, an entrepreneur, an artist, or someone trying to improve their daily life, your morning routine shapes your future. The key is to create a system that works for you. Maybe it's waking up earlier, exercising, reading, journaling, or planning your day. Maybe it's a combination of small, simple habits that build momentum. The important thing is to be intentional. So ask yourself, how do you start your day? Do you wake up with purpose, or do you let the morning slip away? Do you create momentum, or do you wait for motivation to magically appear? The good news is, you have control. Every morning is a new chance to create a ripple effect of success. Start strong, and the rest of your day will follow. Because when you master your mornings, you master your life. Success isn't built in a single moment. It's built in the small, consistent actions you take every single day. And it all starts the moment you wake up. Throughout this journey, we've explored the power of early mornings, the way they set the tone for your day, how successful people use them to gain an edge, and how small habits create a ripple effect that transforms your life. But now the question is no longer why waking up early matters. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Because at the end of the day, it all comes down to a choice. Every morning when the alarm rings, you have two options. Hit snooze and stay the same, or rise up and take control of your life. You can continue with old habits, or you can step into a new version of yourself, one that embraces discipline, purpose, and momentum. The people who succeed aren't necessarily the smartest, the strongest, or the luckiest. They're the ones who take control of their time. They're the ones who make the hard choices, who wake up early when they don't feel like it, who put in the effort when no one is watching. And that can be you. You don't need to wake up at 4:00 a.m. tomorrow and completely overhaul your life overnight. Start small. Wake up 15 minutes earlier than usual. Replace mindless scrolling with intentional habits. Move your body. Set a goal. Give yourself a reason to get up with excitement. At first it will be difficult. Your mind will resist it. But as you push through, something incredible will happen. Your mindset will shift. What once felt like a struggle will start to feel like a privilege. You will no longer have to wake up early. You will want to, because you will see the difference it makes. You will feel more in control, more energized, and more productive than ever before. So I challenge you, give yourself just 7 days. Commit to waking up early with intention for 1 week. See how it changes your focus, your discipline, and your confidence. I promise you, if you do this, you'll never want to go back. Because once you experience the power of early mornings, you will realize that the life you want, the success you crave, the discipline you admire, the growth you seek has been waiting for you all along, and it starts the moment you decide to wake up early and take control. Your time is now. Your journey starts today. Will you rise up and own it?